Hello all, and welcome to this afternoon's cider review. Yeah, I just realized I didn't turn on my lights, so yeah, lighting's a little bit weird right now. You can go and see the dark circles around my eyes, which are very, very dark indeed. So this is the only review we're doing this week. Why? Because I'm poor. So what are we reviewing? Well, this is the other brand of a cider that is at the grocery store I usually go to on Thursday night. And yeah, this is instead of it being a dry apple cider, this one is called Ace Base Bloody Orange Craft Cider. So bloody orange. Uh, it uses blood orange, obviously. It's unfiltered, so they ask you to gently roll it, which I did, which I probably should have done on the counter instead of the floor here. Now my can's all dirty. 6.9 ABV. And let's read the back now, shall we? Ace Space. At a cantina on a star in a planetary system far, far away, the surviving beautiful sister takes a hit on a hookah pipe and listens for insider information. Insider being cider, not insider like. It's a pun. I like puns. Who makes the best cider in the universe? Space. It is out of this world. And yeah, there's a picture. It looks like a stencil of a picture of somebody there. That's with a signature, and it looks like it says Angela Stanier or Angela Stanier. Um, and Bray, I guess, which is her nickname. And this one has the ingredients on it. So, fermented apple juice, blood orange juice, grapefruit juice, malic acid, sulfites. I wonder if stuff gives me a headache the next day. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it is that gives me like I'm not a heavy drinker. I have like usually between 1 to 3 drinks per session. Not every night. And recently, I've been having some wicked headaches that go on for all the next day. So I'm trying to figure out what it is that's causing it. And it's not all alcohol; it's certain alcohols, but I can't figure out which. I have a bad feeling though. It's mostly going to be beers and ciders and wines, and it's like, yeah, you can drink all the vodka you want. It's like I don't want to drink vodka or hard seltzers. But yeah, without much further ado, let's go and pour this one out, shall we? Ooh, okay. So it looks like slightly darker grapefruit juice. Kind of reddish orange, very hazy, as you might imagine for something that is labeled unfiltered. The nose is of fresh cut green apples, tart orange juice, and also grapefruit juice. There's also an interesting kind of little funk to it too that I'm having trouble putting my finger on. But then I'm not a cider head, so I can't really tell you, all the intricacies of tasting cider. I really only consider myself like really, really knowledgeable on beers. Everything else, it's either like some small subset or more like an affection for rather than a deep appreciation and understanding of. Okay, onto the palate now, shall we? A lot sweeter up front than I expected, and also a lot tartar than I expected in the back. So up front, you get an apple sweetness. And apple really is the forefront of it and kind of like the predominant note. But the blood orange is definitely there, especially in the mids. As it goes into the finish, there's this tartness that is evocative of both apple cider and grapefruit juice. Yeah, the mid to finish really has a strong. The grapefruit juice kind of shows up more than the blood orange, actually. I mean, I definitely still get blood orange there. But at this point, I should probably point out I've never actually had a real blood orange, as in, like, just ate a blood orange or had blood orange juice. So I don't know if there are aspects of it that are rather reminiscent of grapefruit. Yeah, there we go. Coming from the side, maybe that's the way you get it to focus quickly. You know, you'd expect the citrus and apple aspects to really clash, being that they're both kind of on the strong side. But um, I wouldn't say they meld well. They sort of transition well. Um, yeah. So there's not much complexity. You got those three elements there. You got the apple, you got blood orange, and you got sort of the grapefruit juice, which is not on like the label, but is in the ingredients. And you know, all those three aspects sort of have an in and out interplay with each other, which is pretty interesting. The tartness and acidity of this definitely makes the body feel lighter than it actually is. And the depth of flavor here, the strongness of the flavor is also kind of obscuring the ABV a little bit. It's kind of hard to get a feel for what the ABV would be. So odd, somewhat interesting, not too complex, but nothing that I'm finding particularly bad either. As it warms up, the sweeter aspect is starting to show up more than the tartness. Still pretty tart though. Yeah. I guess I kind of run out of things to say about this. I think this one might be a little bit challenging for some people. I'm kind of grooving with that combination of apple and citrus. I think others might have some trouble with it. But the interplay is pretty interesting. Again, not too complex. You just kind of have those three primary notes there. Touch of funk and a touch of minerality too, I guess. Um, and I guess temperature, having it cold probably go and make the acidity stand out more. The warmer it gets, the more the sweetness broadens of it. But overall on the balance, well balanced. Yeah. So this was Ace Premium Craft Ciders, Space Ace Space Unfiltered Bloody Orange Craft Cider. About $4 for this tall boy. Well, I guess more, not tall boy, but stovepipe here in Hawaii. Probably cheaper on the mainland, as most things are. And that, folks, is your cider review for this afternoon. Just as a side note, I'm slowly drinking away most of my backlog of hard liquors. Why? I just kind of want to clear some space out, so I've decided that the remnants of like my two premium cognac and armagnacs are just going to go and remain. I'm going to place them up on a high shelf. There's only about yay much left in each of them. Enough for basically to fill one snifter full. And I'm basically keeping that for in case the world ends. And I got enough time to do something before the world ends. So, yeah. Call my family and go and pour myself a good glass of good liquor that I really enjoy. That's my plan for when the world ends. Um, why am I making plans for the world ending? I don't know. Seems like the last thing you should make plans for, Because it doesn't matter afterwards. Yeah. So, if you're into ciders, give this one a shot. And that, folks, is your cider review for this afternoon. Cheers.